slip into a deeper trance.
Hello, welcome back to another video. So, it appears Warzone is back with the whole Verdansk map coming back in. But it's not even that, is it? It's more. Apparently the player base is doing healthily well. I was looking at a video by Jack Frags, and they're trying to get all the data on the player base, but apparently it's been doing very well on Steam, PC, and obviously console. I don't think they can get the exact records, but yeah, Warzone's in a healthy spot again, and I can actually see why. And it's not even just about Verdansk. It's not even just about Verdansk coming back. There's loads of other elements of the game that have come back that have just made it more enjoyable again, and most importantly, enjoyable to the casual player. Now, in my opinion, Warzone in Urzikstan and building up to Urzikstan was tilting more and more to the fast-paced online streamer community. Twitch players, Facebook players, YouTube players. No matter what you stream, and I'm not a streamer, I don't know all the formats. But I feel like Warzone was getting stupidly fast-paced. And, I watch a lot of videos from Jack Frags and Westy and Tomographic, and there's a few others, Immortal, and, and they all have their own little bits of kind of things they like to say, their feedbacks and what their experiences are. But I really feel that the Warzone was in a place where it was catered to the fast-paced online community. It was more of a fast-paced multiplayer than it was a survivor battle royale. To me, battle royales, my idea of a battle royale is like PUBG or like Blackout used to be. You land with the bare bones. You even find bare bones guns, and you find attachments to put on them. You don't get loadouts, you don't get your meta weapons straight away. This is just Warzone's version of it. But the actual version of a battle royale is finding nothing and building up your itinerary. You kill somebody, great, you loot their stuff, you get loads more stuff, and you get rewarded for that. I feel like Warzone had come really far away from that. And yes, they have their own versions of the loadouts and getting your favourite guns and all this kind of stuff. But even that really isn't a proper battle royale. This is just their way of doing battle royale. And as for me, as much as I'm enjoying playing Warzone again, and Warzone is enjoyable again for the casual player, I'm actually looking forward to going back and finding something new in the kind of battle royale, in the kind of something in the bare bones. And I mean, I'm keeping my eye on Battlefield, because the next Battlefield game's coming. It's coming with a battle royale, and I really hope they do the same of finding just what guns you can find, attachments you can find. But yeah, apparently Warzone's back. I've been playing it since season 3. I don't miss Urzikstan. I missed the Urzikstan map, was fine. Really enjoyed it. Didn't have a problem with it. I'm not missing the fast-paced Omni movement. I'm not missing redeploy balloons. I'm not missing every which way you can get back from the Gulag, flares, buybacks, Gulag tokens. I'm not missing the abundance of resources, so people are never without anything. This is the Warzone I remember. The very original Warzone, before all the integrations, before all it was messed up and messed around with way too much. That first year or so on Warzone was just brilliant. Yes, I had a high TTK, but it made you think about things more. Yes, you didn't find much cash to get your loadout. You had to do missions. Plates were scarce. There wasn't lots of ways to bring your friends back apart from buying them back or them winning their gulags. That's it. No flares. No, every time someone came back, they'd quickly find a gulag token. So they had so many chances, and all that's gone. It's back to just being fun again. And I've been really keeping an eye, as well as my own videos. I had another win last night. I think I've had about 6 wins now. And in Urzikstan, wins were few and far between because I was getting outplayed loads. And I do try with the Omni movement. I do try moving. I'm just not good at it. I'm 45. I'm going to be honest. I'm getting older. My reflex actions are not as sharp as they used to be. But it's a different genre of gaming now. You go back to my pinnacle of gaming when the first Battlefield came out, 1942, or when it was Unreal Tournament, and I was PC gaming then. You know, I was very rarely beaten on some of those games back in the day. I remember when I first started playing Doom Link Up on the PlayStation, two PlayStations, two TVs, link cable, turn your TVs around, your friend couldn't see where you were, and it was Doom Link Up, and it was about map knowledge and just knowing where the good guns were and then movement, and it was just brilliant. Nowadays, technology's got better, but more complicated. So yeah, be interesting. It's interesting to see where gaming goings with first person shooters. But yeah, I love where this game is at currently. I really do. The map looks gorgeous. Whatever they've done with the graphics, they've shut up it up. Obviously, our memories of Verdansk were on the PlayStation 4. Now on the PS5. If you're lucky to have one. Um, so I feel, of course, the graphics are going to look better because the technology is better. But it's not. It's just lovely. It's just nice to go back to the core gameplay. And I've really been kind of keeping an eye online and following and looking at all my other streamers that I kind of follow for weapon loadouts, weapon builds, you know, just their fun content. Marley 13 with his um, Warzone bingo and the camping ones that he does, the sniping. Even Jack Frags, Westy, Stoddy, Tactical Brit, they're all back because it's fun to hang out with your friends again and play it. And I think that's what this game was missing. I definitely feel this game was more for the online streamer community for a longer while, especially with Black Ops 6 and the integration of the Omni movement. But now the casual player has a chance again. Players like me, players like my friends that have come back, Salty, Love Crumpet, and I'm not Karen. I'm not Karen. Cracks me up. Um, you know, Rick, Chris, and Craig have come back. Those are my friends that I was playing Warzone with back when it first released. And even they're back and enjoying it. Even Salty was like, I got a win the other day. And he was buzzing because I feel he feels like he's got the chance to get a win again. He's not just going to be outplayed. Those guys dropped off Warzone a long time ago because they were getting fed up with it. And then with Black Ops 6 and the Omni movement, I was on the fence massively and thought I would just give it a go and then regretted it, in all honesty, because I've not enjoyed it. And the only reason I played a lot of Urzikstan is because my friend from work was still playing, so I thought I would team up with him and play with him. All my friends had gone. So me and him were desperately trying to get wins on Urzikstan. And we got to the point where we were getting outmaneuvered, outplayed, where we'd just do our loadouts with loads of mines and stuff and try to pitch up in buildings, which kind of worked. And we were still doing water plays. Not many people were doing water plays, so it was helping us get to the top 10 at least. So we had a chance for a win at the end. But it was just getting stressful. Cheaters, hackers were getting worse. We reported loads of people, and yeah, we were just getting fed up. Now, the funny thing is, when Verdansk was coming back with season 3, Tech was saying, "Oh, everyone was just on a nostalgia trip." Like, yeah, it's just nostalgia. But now he's been playing. He realizes it's not all about the nostalgia at all. It is about the gameplay we had. The survivability is back. The consequences of your actions are back. You haven't got a team that's just bombing around the map, taking teams out, redeploying, taking teams out, redeploying again, UAVs, 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 UAVs. Oh, Urzikstan. I was just tired of constantly being on UAVs. At least with the way things are now, money being scarce, it's like you've got some breathing space. You never had breathing space at Urzikstan at all. It just felt like you were just under pressure, under pressure, under pressure all the time. Where now I'm feeling more relaxed. I'm able to chat with my friends. There's these gaps in between where you can chat, but also you're kind of looking at the map and going, right, which way do you think it's going to go? Which way do you think it's going to rotate? Sniping's fun again. Like one shot snipes are on point, and I'm really hoping to add just a few more snipers, just a few more variations to try. Maybe one that's a bit more faster and lighter, like the car was, but not too OP, where that was just the only choice. It'd be nice to see what other weapons come in. As you can see, I'm running the AMAX. I've actually been running a few guns. I've tried the Kilo and the Grau, even the Black Ops 6 AK-47 for a bit, because that was feeling pretty good. But it's just something about the AMAX that's just nice. Obviously, you can see now in like the Cali sticks, but they're a 4-shot. They're no good. The Cali sticks, when they first got released, were OP. But at the end of the day, if you can get up close to somebody, I think they deserve to be OP, especially with high TTKs. And the movement being a bit more slower, I don't think you're going to get up to someone that easily. But yeah, a lot of the old fun guns have come back. And this game has just been a breath of fresh air. Now, I was on the fence with Season 3. Everything they were promising on the build-up to Verdansk, after all the letdowns that Warzone has produced, mate, I was really nervous about this update. I was expecting it to be everyone jump back on and it'd be rubbish, because they were promising old Verdansk and movement and this, that, and the other, and we weren't thinking it was going to happen. But boy, oh boy, have they delivered, and it's been a joy to play. And you know what? Warzone deserves its player base if they continue like this. If they can make it fun and bring everyone back and give the chance for casual players and people that played it during the pandemic, that weren't streamers and weren't hardcore high kill gamers, but just enjoyed this battle royale sandbox that wasn't too OP, that was just fun and balanced. If they can keep this as it is and build on it, then they deserve their player base and they deserve their positive feedback, because over the last how many integrations, Warzone's been slammed and just ridiculed, and if they're not going to listen to their player base, then that's what's going to happen. If they're going to have their own idea and an idea that doesn't work and it doesn't really sit with people, then they're going to get the negative criticism. But all I've seen at the moment online with people's reviews and people's videos is positivity. And it's nice to see. Especially nice to see on this version of the game that I enjoyed back in 2020, that I'm enjoying it like I was. And that's what matters. I mean, look at Battlefield. Battlefield 2042 was not my cup of tea at all. I love Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3. The latest Battlefield game for me, it's just wasn't for me. And it really disappointed me, because I've been a fan of Battlefield since Battlefield 1942 release. The very first Battlefield, I was there playing it on PC. I absolutely loved it. And we even played it as a clan back then, and played it in tournaments, and played against other countries in the clan ladders. It wasn't this streamer, business that's here now. It wasn't massively online like it was with people with cameras and streaming and followers, that kind of stuff. It was just a group of guys in a clan. We'd join the tournament ladder and you'd work your way up on points. There was no rewards, there was no money, there was no cash. It was just fun. So I was a big fan of Battlefield, and for Battlefield to go downhill like it has done with Warzone as a gamer, it's been quite upsetting, because I like to support my franchises. I've enjoyed Call of Duty over the years here and there. I've not played every single one. I've dipped in and out. Warzone brought me back. Actually, say Blackout brought me back, because Blackout was amazing. I played Blackout from start to finish. Loved it. There's things that come along that bring you back to a franchise, and I'm waiting for Battlefield to bring me back. Battlefield 1 came out, was absolutely my favourite. Battlefield 1 was beautiful, was brilliant, was balanced, I loved Battlefield 1. And it's really disappointing when you love a franchise and you can't wait to see what's next to come, and it's a disappointment. There's nothing worse. And it can't be helped, you know, people have ideas. Organizations and game developers have ideas. Like, what am I trying to think of? Dying Light 1 to Dying Light 2. Dying Light 1 was absolutely brilliant in my book. Dying Light 2 was good, but it didn't quite hit that mark. And there were things that were missing from that they kept out from the first one, that they didn't have in the second one, and it can tip the balance. And you can't please everybody. You know, look at The Last of Us 1 and The Last of Us Part 2. Look how the storyline in The Last of Us Part 2 tipped the balance of that game for people loving it and hating it. I loved The Last of Us 1 and The Last of Us 2, but it goes to show that a change of direction can really change people's minds and change a community of players. Warzone, unfortunately, man, they have a good reputation of tipping the balance of their battle royale over the years when it comes to their favourite maps, to, you know, integrating new guns into the game and creating crazy metas that just make the game miserable when not fixed straight away. You know, their store cosmetics and bundles that give people advantages are questionable at least. You don't have to spend money. It can be completely free to play. But if you don't have multiplayer, if you don't have a fast gun leveling up system, if you don't stay ahead of the curve, you can be behind for quite a while. And they know this. They're not silly. It's their marketing team. The marketing team know this. I'm one of these people that bought the multiplayer side of things so I can level guns up quicker for Warzone. So I've spent £70 on a game that I very rarely play because I'm not really one for multiplayer and zombies as a leveling tool for Warzone. So I'll use it to level a gun up and then I'm back on Warzone again. So that's pretty much £70, not really well spent in my eyes. But because I'm so competitive in Warzone, you know, I do it. It's my choice, it's my money, but it's something I kind of want to get away from because I don't agree with me spending £70 on a game that I hardly play really for what it's got in it, just as a leveling tool for the free-to-play Battle Royale. But the marketing team know this. Call of Duty isn't stupid. So yes, Warzone's back. Warzone's fun again. I really hope now, and there's lots of people doing review videos and talking about where Warzone's at the moment. The player base is healthy again. No one has the official figures of everyone playing, but apparently it's doubled in size even more. People are coming back who have not played for a very long time, and that's going to be good for Warzone. Now, this is the ultimate part. Can they keep this as it is? Can they just build on now what they've done? Take all this positive feedback, see the evidence of the player base, and go. And they're probably looking at it and going, oh, maybe they did like the original version of Warzone more. But can they build on this without messing it up? Can they just leave it as it is without making the movement more aggressive again, without integrating anything, without changing anything? Because there's another Call of Duty due to come out at the end of this year, and I'm really hoping whatever comes out does not effectively come into Warzone and ruin it again. This is the question on everyone's lips. What's going to happen going forward? Now already there's a big moaning from the streamer community online. People not liking the slowness and they're not liking it anymore, and I'm going to whinge and moan because I'm not getting my 30 kill wins on my YouTube channel, which helps my subs and subscribers, blah, 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 blah. This is why I'm not a streamer, because for me, I don't want it as a business. I game in the evenings. I've got 3 kids. I'm a healthcare assistant. I work. I game when I can. I game with my friends. For me, gaming is a relaxing tool. It's just an unwinding. It's a bit of fun. And when you become a streamer, when you've got a channel, when you want to do it for a living, when it becomes your job, it probably becomes more of work than it is an enjoyment. You got to keep your channel going. You got to keep it fresh. I understand that, but gaming is evolved into something that sometimes isn't great. It kind of supports a particular community now because of this industry that's grown, this online streamer community. And I don't like the fact that sometimes a game can be tipped on the balance because of a community of players, a certain play style, and how they want it. At the end of the day, there's still people like me that put money into gaming, that buy consoles and games for £70, that have a family to support. I can't be buying stuff willy-nilly. I've got to watch my money. And I hate it when a game gets tipped in a certain direction because of an online community of streamers that kind of want things a particular way. They want the high kill game wins, and take it away from the fun, and take it away from the casual player. People that also are investing their own money and time into games, that don't stream and just like to play casually, but don't get a fair shout because the game's being tipped towards people that stream and game all day, every day for 8 hours or whatever they want to play. It's a bit like there's a streamer called Metaphor. I used to follow him. He was accused of cheating. I think there's a good majority of streamers that probably cheat in their own little way when it comes to maybe things that can't be detected or whatever, just to keep the channel going, just to stay ahead of the curve. But, you look at someone like Metaphor who just posts, high kill game after 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 high kill game win, high kill game, it's boring. I'd rather see fun content of people just playing with their friends and getting wins than actually streamers as well. 30 kill win, 35 kill win. Oh, my PB, 45 kill win. It's boring to me. Like, it really is now. Streamers like Marley13 who do, Warzone bingo and, camping videos, just hilarious stuff. That's what I want to see more of, and that's what I agree with. Make it fun. Make it accessible to everyone, not just a particular player base. And now the casual gamers can come in and just have fun. And I'm finding that more and more now. Old friends are coming back, we're playing it, we're having fun, and it doesn't feel as stressful. Yes, I'm still being outplayed and outmaneuvered by people that utilising that omni movement. Yes, it is dialed down. Yes, it's more manageable. And yes, I actually can get more shots on target than it being dancing on ice and people just flying around me. Yes, sometimes I do lose, but now I'm starting to win again, if I think about it correctly. So yeah, I feel, this is me kind of drawing it to an end. I'm trying to pick all the positives. Very few negatives at the moment. The game feels very good again, feels balanced, feels very fun with friends. It's not so intense. Teams aren't flying around the map. There's a thought process, there's a rotation process. There's resources. What have we got? How much money? How are we going to play this? It feels tactical again. It feels like a battle royale again. It doesn't feel like a fast-paced kind of battle royale, but feels like multiplayer again. It actually feels like you've really got to think and plan and enjoy what you're doing. And if it does, and you rotate and you get the high ground, or you get the building, or you get the position and you get the win, it feels great. And you know what? If you don't, and it doesn't work out and you die, no one's getting stressed out. We're just playing it again. Like, no one's getting naffed off. No one's rage quitting. It's brilliant. It is really good. It is just a joy to play it again. And it takes me back to 2020. It really does. It takes me back to 2020 when it was just fun and when me and my friends were just having a laugh. During the pandemic, I was not stuck at home. I was working. I was a healthcare assistant. I was still going to work as normal. So for me to get home after a stressful day of wearing layers and layers of PPE, worrying about my residents I was looking after, worrying about people that had got COVID, because in 2020 things were scary. In 2021, no one knew what was happening. To get in the house, to load up Warzone when it first came out and to play with my friends and have the laugh that we had was absolutely massive. And yes, there is some nostalgia in that, but actually, this gameplay was just good. It was just good. It wasn't catered to any singular player. It wasn't catered just for streamers alone. It was actually for everybody, and that's what it should be. Warzone should be for everybody. It shouldn't just be for people online because they play online more because they're always there. It should be for everybody, and that's what it's gone back to. Everyone is enjoying it again. Everyone's having fun. All the streamers are back that used to play it, that have come away from it, and even they're saying a lot of their old friends that used to play it have come back, and that's what it should be. Warzone should be for everybody, not just for a particular group of players. So yeah, that's my say. Hats off to Activision, and do me a favor, don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. Keep it as it is. Build on it. Bring back Nakatomi Plaza. Bring back the very first Zombie Royale at Halloween. It was brilliant. Bring back some of the older new guns. Bust the Cali sticks a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit, so they're actually viable, so you can have fun again with them. And yeah, build on it. Nurture it, love it, and give it to everybody. And don't fall victim to these online streamers that are now complaining and moaning that it's too slow, that they're not getting the experience they want. You know, let them just adapt and play, and please just don't ruin it because a particular player base is screaming and shouting. And let's see what happens. So we'll finish there. This is my highest kill game so far. This was a trio with some friends. We'd got this far. It was getting a bit crazy. As you can see, I'm on the edge of the gas. I didn't feel like I was going to get the win here either. But this is my best game so far. The HDR, the AMAX. This is me just on the edge of gas pushing in. And yeah, as you can see, my two teammates are dead. There are no more buy stations, which is good. So no more dropping in, no flares, no nothing. This is just who is going to survive. And this is where it gets really good. This is the end game that I love now. Who is where that person's over there, so I know where he is. There's someone to my right. Yeah, I know they're there. Let's see what happens. Nice. I didn't mean to do this. I thought that was a smoke. But it worked because I think it stunned him a bit and confused him. So that worked. It is now 1v1. I know the map so well. I know where to rotate to because I've played this map so much. I knew where to go. I knew where he was. Look at this. This is map knowledge. I knew the position. I knew where to go for the win. 12 kill win. That is my personal best so far. I can't see me beating it, but you never know. So yeah, Warzone's great again. Thanks for watching if you listened all the way through. I really hope you're enjoying it again with all your old friends. I really hope it's just bringing back that memory of what Warzone was. I'm really glad where it is. I hope it stays like this. I really hope they just build on it. And I hope you're getting some wins. I hope you're really enjoying it. I hope old friends are coming back. I really hope there's good friendships and connections that are really connecting again, like I've experienced. And yeah, I hope you get wins. I hope you enjoy it. I wish you well. I hopefully run into you if you're watching and I get to kill you. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to the video. And yeah, have a great day.
Just a moment. I may be able to see more. Let me slip into a deeper trance.